welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tyanna Bui and welcome. So for today's video, a lot of you guys have been asking about the different types of skill sets that are necessary to be successful as a sustainability analyst. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a sustainability analyst at a consulting agency, and a lot of the roles and projects that I do mainly focus with helping to build greenhouse gas inventories for our corporate clients, helping out with sustainability reporting, and then also helping to design and gather data to build some data interactive dashboards. And so from my experience, I mainly do work in consulting, and as an analyst, if you were to work at different companies, there's really a lot of different technical skills that you can develop, but not to focus so much on technical skills right now. These are the top skills that I found to be successful while navigating through this career. So the first one probably doesn't come to a surprise, but being able to research really well is crucial to being a really great analyst in the industry. And that's because a lot of the issues that we're facing right now don't necessarily have the best practices or best standards or best protocols to go about this issue. There are some things out there that we can utilize, but it's really interesting because if you notice, not one company is the same. All of them have different business models, different business operations, are in different industries, are big or small, have supplies from different parts of the world, are giving their products to other different parts of the world. And so it's really good to be able to understand a company and being able to answer their questions through the research that you're doing. So what does it take to be a good researcher? Pretty much if a client, or if you have a question within yourself about, for example, should I use paper bags or should I use the hard plastic bags that we've been seeing a lot? Being able to look at scientific articles and credible information that's out there to then come up with the conclusion, that's pretty much what you need to do in order to be able to research. And so really there are different types of research methods that I feel like are pretty important, especially when it comes to the corporate world. So what I've been seeing, besides being able to look at really lengthy articles, is to be able to talk to high-level people and organizations. So I know I'm still working on this and my professionalism in speaking is not there yet, but a lot of the time we have some projects where we're trying to find out what's the gap knowledge in ESG in the company. And to be able to do that and answer that question, you need to speak to all the higher ups, having those separate interviews and workshops to figure out more about what they know and what they don't know. And so being able to interview and really get the types of answers that you're looking for in order to help answer a certain question, I would say that's another important skill set. I'm so sorry, I need to just mute everything. So that's another type of research that I definitely recommend you guys refine your skills on if you want to do more of a corporate role. So for the second skill set, being able to analyze data is just so important, and I didn't realize that that was going to be a big part of what I do until I started working really. And in undergrad I was required to take a data analysis class, and for that we utilized MATLAB, which is a statistical platform. And then in grad school I was supposed to take a data analysis class as well, and for that we did utilize R, and that's also a statistical platform, but that one is free. And so if you're wanting to learn it, go use R versus MATLAB. And it makes sense when you're working at a company, right? You're trying to understand its impacts, or for me, working in consulting, I'm trying to help a company understand their impacts. And with a company that has, I don't know, like hundreds and hundreds of stores, it's gonna make sense that the types of sheets that you're gonna end up getting are humongous. And you're gonna have to figure out, oh my gosh, okay, within this data sheet, what is it that I need so then I can make the assessment and my calculations, but then how else can I use this information to tell the story that we need for the client? I know I name dropped MATLAB and R, but really everyone uses Excel. Even Apple uses Excel, you know, because numbers, they're getting there, but they're not at the level that Excel can work and function. So for number 3, being able to juggle and manage multiple projects at once is so important. And the reason why I say that is because usually in companies, a sustainability team is really small, and so if it's small, that means there's a lot more projects that need to be spanned with this small team. For me, in consulting, you will most likely have a lot of projects occurring at the same time. I know right now I'm managing about 8 to 10 different projects, and that sounds so overwhelming, and trust me, there are some days where I'm just so overwhelmed, but you have to remember that project management skill, you know, being able to look at all the projects that you have, understanding which deadlines are coming, understanding how much energy it will take to do certain tasks, and just being able to prioritize really well, I would say is something that will make you really successful in this type of role. I know for me, I'm a huge fan of utilizing Notion. In the past, while I was in school, I used Asana, and I know some people use Monday, but really utilize those online platforms, man. They're much better than trying to project manage everything through a spreadsheet. Trust me, even if it's like a free version for you to personally organize your own tasks, I feel like it's been really, really helpful in my career. Number 4, so being a great communicator is definitely key to your success as an analyst, and that's solely because what's the point of doing all this research if you're not able to tell the story to who it needs to go to? And so if you're unfamiliar with what communications is, it's mainly just being able to know who your audience is, know what you're trying to say, and trying to translate and distill all this information that you know so that it's relatable to the audience of whom you're trying to speak to. And the 2 different types of skill sets that I feel like are most important to this industry is 1, being able to be a really great writer, and then 2nd, being able to communicate information verbally. And in terms of the audiences that we typically are writing to, for me it really is more for the corporate leaders and having that really short and concise language. But in the past, when I was working with nonprofit, a lot of the time we were talking to community members, and so speaking more on why this might be important for your loved ones, your health, your community, and having that whole dialogue be a little more lighthearted than it would be for corporate, right? So before the sun goes down, lastly, passion is really important in this role, in this work that we do. Sometimes you're not getting paid a lot, sometimes you're working a lot, and you might think, oh my gosh, like why am I doing this? And a lot of the time, the people on the team that you're going to be working with are going to be some of the most passionate people out there who want to make a difference in this world, and it's really up to you to decide if you want to input all of that energy into trying to making a difference as well. Just understanding why it is that you want to be in this industry. I know for me, sometimes I'm working so late and it can seem like it's draining me a lot, but I also think about how because of this work that I'm doing, it's gonna get us one step closer to a world that I want us to be in. And I know that can be, it's very cliche, like a world where our grandchildren can be in, but it's like, you know, having that big picture goal, having that motivate you every day, and wanting to make a difference in this world. And so yeah, I hope you guys find your passion. Happy to talk more about it with you guys sometime. But with that, I hope you guys got something out of this video, the top skills that I thought to be important in this analyst role in the sustainability industry. And what's great about these types of skill sets is that they're not necessarily just taught in sustainability school or major, you know. A lot of my colleagues, they came from not majoring in sustainability or environmental science, and they've been able to pass along and translate all of these other skill sets. I'm sorry guys, wait, like what I was saying, a lot of my colleagues, they came from outside of this industry, but if they displayed some type of passion, number one, and then was able to communicate well, research well, had some data technical skills, and then being able to manage everything, that's honestly enough for you to translate into being successful in this type of role. So gonna call my friend back, but I hope you guys like this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me, please subscribe in the button below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.